Today we welcome Ganja Gardens. Spend the first few moments letting prior events, interactions, and feelings from the day melt away. With a combination of mindful breathing and focused attention, keep your eyes low. Please place your phone on Do Not Disturb, and use the bathroom before entering Ganja Gardens Practice. Please remove any jewelry or hanging products from your body. Remember to breathe. We suggest smoking an indica strain, the one that imparts a mellow vibe quickly, and with ease. Begin taking a few full deep pulls of your ganja now. Eating before practicing can lead to feelings of heaviness, and can disrupt the digestion process. It is also advised to drink at least 3 to 4 liters of water during the day in order to flush toxins that are released while practicing out of the body. After lifting your left leg, bend your right leg under your left leg, and place the right foot beside your left hip. Stack your left knee over your right knee, placing your left foot beside your right hip. Raise the left arm above your head and bend the elbow to lower your left hand between the shoulder blades simultaneously. Bring the right arm behind your back, and the right hand upward between the shoulder blades. Try to adjust your upper arm and lower arm in such a way that your left elbow is behind your head and is pointing at the ceiling, whereas the right elbow is pointing at the mat or floor. Bring the hands as close to each other as possible, and if you can, interlock the fingers of both hands. Keep breathing easily and normally, or you can take deeper Ujjayi breaths and stay in the pose as long as you're comfortable. As you exhale, release your arms. Uncross your legs and repeat for the other leg, starting with the left leg this time. Place your left foot under your right leg and beside your right hip. Stack your right knee over your left knee, placing your right foot beside the left hip. Raise the right arm above your head and bend the right elbow at the same time. Bring the left arm behind your back and interlock the fingers of both hands where they meet between the shoulder blades. Adjust your right and left elbow as explained before, but reversing their positions. Breath normally, or take deep puffs breaths and stay in the pose only as long as is comfortable. As you exhale, release your arms. Grab your ganja, take 3 deep pulls. Begin by sitting in a comfortable position and close your eyes. For just this moment, let go of your thoughts and the outside world. Focus your attention on your spiritual heart center, in the middle of your chest, and be aware of your heart as a space. The heart center is a point of awareness where feelings enter in its essence. The heart is pure emptiness, pervaded by peace, and a subtle light. This light may appear as white, gold, green or rainbow, but don't strain to find a light of any kind. All you need to feel is whatever is there. Come into upward facing dog by lying face down on the floor with your legs extended behind you. Spread a few inches apart. The tops of your feet should rest on the mat. Untuck your toes. Place your hands on the floor alongside your body, neck to your lower ribs. Point your fingers to the top of the mat and hug your elbows in close to your rib cage. Inhale as you press through your hands firmly into the floor. Straighten your arms, lifting your torso and your legs a few inches off the floor. Look over your left shoulder. Look over right plank. Pedal the feet out. Place your hands on the floor alongside your body, neck to your lower ribs. Point your fingers to the top of the mat and hug your elbows in close to your rib cage. Inhale as you press through your hands firmly into the floor. Straighten your arms, lifting your torso and your legs a few inches off the floor. Keep your elbows pressed alongside your body. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and lift your chest toward the ceiling. Draw your shoulders back and your heart forward, but do not crunch your neck. If your neck is flexible, tilt your head to gaze toward the sky. Otherwise, keep your head neutral and your gaze directly forward. Your thighs should be firm and turned slightly inward. Your arms should also be firm, slightly turned so that each elbow crease faces forward. Look over shoulder left, look over shoulder right. Look over your left shoulder, look over right. Come into boat. Begin in a seated position with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Lift your feet off the floor. Keep your knees bent at first. Bring your shins parallel to the floor. This is half boat pose. You want to keep your torso as upright as possible so that it makes a V shape with the legs. Roll your shoulders back and straighten your arms roughly parallel to the floor with your palms turned up. Do your best to balance on the sit bones. Roll your shoulders back and straighten your arms roughly parallel to the floor with your palms turned up. Do your best to balance on the sit bones, but it's normal if you are resting slightly behind them. Focus on lifting your chest to support the balance. Stay for at least 5 breaths. Release your legs on an exhale, then inhale and sit up. Bring the feet down to keep knees up. Lean back on both hands. Press into the mat. Bring your knees down to the left. Bring your knees down to the right. Wings held wiper-like. You're fanning away smoke. Take the right foot on top of the left knee. Stretch. Bring down to the right. To the left. Switch legs completely. Bring down to the right and left. Uncross. Come slowly into boat. Come into upward facing dog by lying face down on the floor with your legs extended behind you. Spread a few inches apart. The tops of your feet should rest on the mat. Do not tuck your toes, as this can crunch your spine. Place your hands on the floor alongside your body, next to your lower ribs. Point your fingers to the top of the mat, and hug your elbows in close to your ribcage. Inhale as you press through your hands firmly into the floor. Straighten your arms, lifting your torso and your legs a few inches off the floor. Look over your left shoulder. Look over right. Child's pose. Sit on your heels, knees spread mat distance apart, and bring your head towards the floor. Your arms can be either stretched out to the front, by your side, or hands underneath your forehead. Breathe into your lower back. Come in the cow pose. Come into a tabletop position. Knees are under your hips, and your wrists are under your shoulders. Begin in a neutral spine position, with your back flat and your abs engaged. Take a big deep inhale. On the exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling, and imagine you're pulling your belly button up towards your spine, really engaging your abs. Tuck your chin towards your chest, and let your neck release. This is your cat-like shape. On your inhale, arch your back, let your belly relax, and go loose. Lift your head and tailbone up towards the sky, without putting any unnecessary pressure on your neck. This is the cow portion of the pose. Continue flowing back and forth from cat pose to cow pose, and connect your breath to each movement. Inhale for cow pose, and exhale on cat pose. Come into low cobra pose. Release, look left. Come to middle cobra pose. Release, look right. Come to high cobra pose. Release, look left. Release, look right. Come knee to ear pose. Stretch the neck. Come into upward facing dog pose. Look over your left shoulder. Breathing, look over right. Now in an all fours position, tabletop with your hips above your knees and shoulders above your wrists. Bring your hands slightly forwards of your shoulders, with your middle finger pointing forward. Spread your fingers. Think about creating a suction cup in the middle of your palm by pressing through the outer edges. Tuck your toes under, and on an exhalation, engage your lower belly, drawing the navel back to the spine. Press through your hands, and lift your hips back and up to bring yourself into an upside down V pose. Keep your knees bent at first as you find length in your spine. Slide your shoulder blades down along the spine, collarbone spread, the base of the neck relaxed. Maintaining length in the spine, walk your dog by alternately bending and straightening your legs, eventually bringing both heels towards the floor. They do not have to touch the floor. Knees down, puppy pose. Place the tops of your feet on the ground and your palms flat on the ground. Take a few breaths. On an exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Allow your chest and upper body to slowly lower toward the floor. Once low enough, let your forehead rest on the earth. Puppy pose. Place the tops of your feet on the ground and your palms flat on the ground. Take a few breaths. On an exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Allow your chest and upper body to slowly lower toward the floor. Once low enough, let your forehead rest on the earth. Spread your fingers and allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears. Your shoulders should feel broad. Come into a tabletop position. Knees are under your hips and your wrists are under your shoulders. Begin in a neutral spine position, with your back flat and your abs engaged. Take a big deep inhale. On the exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling, and imagine you're pulling your belly button up towards your spine, really engaging your abs. Tuck your chin towards your chest, and let your neck release. This is your cat-like shape. With your knees slightly bent, and your head on a pillow. You may place a pillow under your knees for support. Place one hand on your upper chest and one hand below your rib cage, allowing you to feel the movement of your diaphragm. Slowly inhale through your nose, feeling your stomach pressing into your hand. Keep your other hand as still as possible. Exhale using pursed lips as you tighten your stomach muscles, keeping your upper hand completely still.